Jay from Team DMA coming at you with another video, late night squeezing it in. So I wanted to discuss a few profiles. The first one being like Dark Lord. A good profile from Dark Lord being top tier would be from Yasin. You can go visit his channel. He's a famous YouTuber. And another deck is like Branded. I seen someone playing Branded and Branded Despia. And we have other decks. I know Dark Mission is not considered a top tier, but there is a version, the version that I play. And there's a few other versions that are strong too. The one that Gus Smith, the Chaos plays, I believe. Yeah, because he's playing what is it, the Diablo Star. And there is a version of it that is pretty broken. So, really quick before we start the video, for it to be a top tier deck, it has to have in and outs to everything at all times. So that's the way I built the AC-130, so it can get rid of the monsters in the back rows at all time. It can even destroy. I can even destroy myself at all points in time. So in order to build a deck like that, you need to incorporate a lot of cards, either one card combos, two card combos, and three card combos, all of them together. If you want to do like four card combos, you can, but you have to have them all available: one card, two card, three card, and everything that gets negated and interrupt, you have to have follow up after it. So if you play a card and it either gets negated or interrupted and like it stops your play, then that means your deck's not top tier. So in order for it to be top tier, you have to take negations and interruptions and then follow from there. So I've told you guys the example of Rod. He gets negated, Magician Souls gets negated, and then you link climb. And then you have more cards in your hands. So you never want to play like a card or something that gets negated and then that's it. And then you end your turn. That's not a top tier deck. Once you go into the top tier ranks, you pretty much go on a win streak and you beat other top tier decks. So we're going to take a look at a top tier Branded here. So let's start with the Rod. Salvation. Eternal. We're going to go ahead and link and draw two. So we're drawing a lot. So if you go back in the video, the hand was bricky, but now we've established a board. So it's nothing broken. This is not good enough to be top tier. So I eventually lose this duel, but it's just an example for people to see. So we're gonna start off with Branded Fusion. This video is to focus on Branded Fusion, not on the Dark Mission deck. This is all about top tier Branded. So you can follow the cards. So he's playing somewhere around, he's got 7 and he's got, what is it? So he has like 43, what is it, like 43 cards, something like that. Branded Fusion. So the cards here that he dumps are the Dark Magician and Fallen. And then he special summons the Lubellion, triggers the effect. We're going to banish it because there's nothing we can do. And we're going to follow up to Dragoon because usually Branded players go into a Dragoon, which is like normal. So he does just that. He summons the Dragoon, triggers the effect, removes it, and then sets a trap. Oh, actually brings back the spell. So after that, you got the Luber, so he's following it up. Got the trap, sits it face down. You can see the trap there, Branded Banishment. Also on the top tier Branded, they don't play a lot of traps. Usually I just see like 1 or 2. And it's common to see 0 traps. It's very common, which is all gas. So at this point, we're not actually even because banish, people who are playing top tier are well aware of this rule. Circle and Eternal is not enough to win. It's really nothing because if you look at it, all you have is a Kashtira. That's all you have because Kashtira, the Fenrir, all it does is banish. So that's not enough. Not when you're in the top tier realm, it's not. We're gonna banish the Branded. Dark Magic attack. So he uses the effect of the card because he's a top tier player. They're well aware of the combos and everything. So what they're going to do is they're going to bring back the Dragoon to establish the Omni Negate. So we can actually get rid of the Dragoon, but this is an advanced player, so he's aware not to trigger the effect until anything's gonna, if anything's gonna get too powerful, then he'll trigger it. So in my deck, you already guys know that I play a lot of cards to out the Dragoon, right? The Dragoon's usually nothing like Super Poly, the Skill Drain, the other ones, I play the Apprentice, the Boost. We could use the Skill Drain with the Crackdown. We also use, what is that card called? Secret Ancient Organism. So it'll just freeze it. It'll be frozen. We also go into other boss monsters that can out the Dragoon, which you're going to see. So we can out the Dragoon. That's not an issue. But the problem here is we don't have a board. A Circle and Eternal is not a board. Now, people are going to argue and say it is, but the people who are elite, like if you're playing top tier, you know, like bottom line, you know on the line, it's really nothing. So this isn't going well. So he plays Branded in red. And this is where you distinguish the top tier version. So in the top tier version, you have to pay the Grand Grignon. You have to. And you can read the effect there. Yeah, a lot of people argue that you can play without it, but the truth, like me, like testing it, because I tested it too and I played it, the honest truth, yeah, you have to. You have to. And then this is definitely the card that um, makes you the top tier. Um, oops, let me scroll up. The Sanctifier, you have to. So the Grand Guignol and the Sanctifier, if you don't know what he does, just like the other one, I scrolled through the facts. You can slow the video down and read it. But you're gonna want to play. You're gonna want to play them both, the Grand Guignol and the Sanctifier. So basically they speed up the deck, and when you have Dragoon on your side, the speed is a lot faster, plus you have Omni Negates and stuff. So at this point we don't really have issues, can we, because we can out the Dragoon at any point. The issue is the Sanctifier, you can't target it with anything, so you can only beat it through attack, but it'll bring itself back. It's kind of like it's not Quem. What's the other one? Forgetting the name, but basically, they they just keep they just keep coming back. It's like a recycle effect. So you gotta banish them. You can't just send them to the graveyard. So at this point, we basically have the dual one, but like I said before, like people forget, like a lot of people that I teach or like people who are going top tier, like you have to cement it in your head. You have to write it in stone. You have to write it in your hand, write it in a notebook, whatever you want to do. Um, a circle and an eternal is not top tier. Like people need to forget that. So from the beginning, that's all we had, and we're somewhere in the middle of the duel, and we still have the circle eternal. It's not good. And just gonna be some people arguing, saying that I'm lying, that the circle eternal is broken, that you can win duels, but the reality is we're moving away from the fake community and going into the top tier. One circle and an eternal is like having nothing. If you don't believe me, I lose the duel because of that. So in order to have a good field, you need to have more follow-up in the back. Like you need to have somewhere around five, my usual combos, like somewhere around 5 to 8 negates, interrupts. If you can jump it all the way up to 12, which I have some duels, but the main focus of this duel is so that you look at the branded. This is a branded top tier version. So The branded is always faster than me. It's always one step ahead of me every single time, every single second. And the reason for that is because a Circle Eternal does nothing. So you can't banish the Dragoon and you can't banish the Sanctifier. So you're frozen. So he's gonna continue to use the effect to keep bringing him back. So let's look at the combo there. So the combos coming from the way of this is the one, the Cartesia is the one I was talking about. And the other one activated with Albion because he's in the graveyard. So you're starting to catch on. That's a nightmare. So you gotta banish the card. So the correct way to win the duel, I should have banished it in the beginning, but I wanted to banish the other card because I didn't know what it was. So once you banish it, Dragoon won't be coming back, and that card won't be playing again, and then you could get rid of the Sanctifier and go that route. So it's using his effect, and it brings my Dragoon out of the graveyard, and it gives me one of his monsters. So at this point, in reality, we're not really behind. It's just that you're going through one attack at a time, so that's not gonna work. And when you get rid of the Sanctifier, it'll just come back, right? So in case you missed the combo there, so he uses the combo. Okay, he had the gimmick puppet on the board, and then he triggered the effect of the Albion. And Sanctifier triggered, and then he uses cards and he specials. And like I said, you can read the effect on here again. And it tells you that you contribute them. So it comes back, so he's out of the lock. So if you look at the duel again, we're back to, well, we're not really back to square one because we're always in square one, which is one circle, one eternal is not enough. So we're back to square one for him. He has the same board again. So, so you see where this is going. We just have a circle and eternal. That's it, and you can't write it. So from the beginning, right here, he can FTK, OTK already to beat us. So I did have an opportunity to win the duel. We can fast forward it, but I misplayed. We're fast forwarding. We're going extremely fast. Let me see. No, it's not here. So here it is. Here's where we can win, because what you do is you have to trigger all the cards, and he's gonna use double negate for what's it called? He's gonna use double negate for the Dragoon. Once you burn up the Dragoon, you can trigger the skill drain. After that, you can banish one by one, and and win the duel. So what you're gonna do is trigger a lot of effects on purpose to have him discard, and then once he discards two, he's burned up his Omni, and then you can turn on the skill and then banish. So what I did was I did do that. If we fast forward, I did do that, but the issue is I forgot to bring Dark Magician Girl, and because of that, there was one extra attack. There it goes. There it is. There's one extra attack, and it hits my life points, and I die. So because we have Salvation on the board, it can bring the Dark Magician. There she is. It can bring it out on the board for defense, and then you win the duel. So, like I said, you can ride the skill drain. If you do, it's a death wish, and that's exactly what happened to me. But this is the top tier version of the branded. There are all the cards for people wondering, and I showed you all the plays. So the big difference is the Sanctifier, the Grand Guignol, and then using the combos. If you look at the deck, usually when you see some of these decks, they have 0 traps. But this one plays it on the combo with the Dragoon, which is fine. And everything else is just fusion. And on some of these decks, like top tier players started adding links. So you're gonna want link monsters that pop cards, or if you don't have cards that pop, you can use the effect that Branded use, which they purposely dump cards in the graveyard, and when they dump them, those cards pop cards on the back. The other solution is to play either link monsters. There's a lot of link monsters that pop cards, and you can get your way out of it. So that's going to be it for this video. This is regarding the Branded. And I did follow this deck before. It had won a few win streaks. I believe it was undefeated, but it wasn't a big win streak. So I could have won the duel, but it was a misplay on my part. But it goes to show you Branded is stronger than people tell you it is. And then also Branded can win. It can go on a win streak regardless of what people say. Because I know there's some people that go against Branded, but it's not true. Branded is very, very strong. The other deck I wanted to discuss is, let me pause it. Oh, the version of deck that I'm playing. So if you play the game in another platform, you can add SP Little Knight to make the deck stronger. So what's happening with this deck is the 2024 version. So because right now it's so broken, like it's hard to win duels. A lot of decks are like top tier, and then you're having to deal with like tier 0 as well. So because of that, the deck has access to like pop monster cards, traps at any point in time, together with the extra deck and the main deck. And then also it's set up with a bunch of negates. This one does about 13, 14 negates. So you have, I usually put 3 skill drains with Grave of the Secret Nation Organism. But just to speed up the deck, I took 1 skill drain out and left one, what is it called? One Secret Nation Organism, because it freezes everything and they can't activate nothing. Only level 5 and under, but those don't even matter, and I banish them. Sometimes I have skill drain and both on there. And also having skill drain by itself with crackdown is pretty cracked. It's pretty cool because you can have like a super dead hand, skill drain, and then you just wait for them to attack, and when they attack you take the biggest monster, and then it's a battle phase, they're done. And you can use Magician Souls to send them both, draw. There's a lot of things you can do, but this is the basic Dark Magician. I had a duel with a current Discord member, and all of this video is for her, but anybody else as well. When you saw the duel, I think in 3 or 4 turns, I used all my 40 cards. So the deck is like super, super fast, and you gotta have in and outs to everything and establish a bunch of Omni negates very, very, very quickly. And I added Panker tops just to have more outs, like excessive ins and outs to everything, like popping all the back row, popping all the monsters at any given point in time, linking, popping more, taking, going through negates, going through all the hand traps. And then once you establish the board of like 6, because I think when we were playing, I had about 8 negates on the board, so there's just a game. And then 1 super poly, and this deck works fine. I would remove. You could remove any of the spells and just put another skill drain if you really want to block your opponent from everything. But this is good enough. I replaced the skill drain with one Pinker because you can special attack and then pop at the end, and then you can still do more follow-up plays. This deck can also play multiple dragoons, but I don't go too hard on dragoon because he doesn't win that many duels anyways. And that's it for the video. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Thanks a lot to Lilith for participating. I'm so happy that she's in the Discord group. I'm gonna be making a video for her and her YouTube channel so you guys can help her grow her channel, her subscribers. She's an awesome player. She's probably the strongest female player that I've had in the Discord, and we have plenty, like 5 or 6. And you can follow her. She's awesome. She has awesome content on her channel. And like I said, the following video, I'm going to be doing a review on her. We're going to be taking a look at her duels. A lot of the decks that she plays are like extremely broken, like strong. They just need like a little bit of tweaks to like fully make them top tier. But she seems to like all the powerful decks, which is funny because a lot of people, when they have fun decks, like for example, me, my fun deck Dark Magician is considered one of the weakest. But it's funny to me because Lilith, all of her decks are like broken YCS decks. It's funny. They're all strong. So the quick recap, the Dark Lord, go follow the profile from Yasin. You already have it. It's just a minor tweaks. The other one, Branded, I just showed you on the following video. And then for the Dark Mission, this is a good starting point. And you're going to go on a lot of win streaks. And if you have any questions or concerns, or anybody else has any questions and concerns at the end of this video, obviously this video is a very special video for Lilith. You guys already know I always make special videos, especially helping out the community and people who are new to joining the Discord. I help them build their channel. You guys already know on my channel, some people start with 0 videos and they end up being famous on YouTube, right? So we're gonna turn the page in the book, and we're gonna move and focus to helping out Lilith. Everyone on Discord, please like and subscribe to her to help Lilith out. She's a great person. We've been talking and interacting for a few days on the Discord, and I'm very happy to have her. God bless her, and then God bless everybody else. You guys take care. With that being said, Dark Magic Attack.